Welcome to part 2 of our Q&A video. If you guys have any more questions that are not mentioned in the video, feel free to drop them below and we will try to address those in the future. I will put kind of all three of these in one question because they kind of fall together. Who do you work for? What are your hours like? And what kind of truck do you have?
Okay, first of all, I work for Swift Transportation. I'm a company driver. I don't do the whole leasing deal. It's not worth it to me.
What kind of truck do you have?
I drive a 2019 Freightliner Cascadia. I was about to say a different truck. That's my fault.
Freight Shaker?
Yeah, Freight Shaker. That's the nickname for them.
What are your hours like?
Hours?
How do your hours work, the 70s and 34s? Explain that.
Okay, I have 70 hours to work in 8 days. It's the easiest way I can explain that. You're allowed 14 hours a day of on-duty time, and you're allowed 10 hours a day of break, which is sleep. In that time, you can do basically what you want to. On your 14-hour clock, you only are allowed 11 hours to drive, though, because you have to include a 30-minute break, middle of your day. You have to include a pre-trip, a post-trip, fueling, doing work at the shippers and receivers. All that gets added into that 14-hour clock you're allowed each day. The 70, once you get to 70 hours, you have to stop that truck and take a 34-hour reset, which I'm on one of those right now. We'll be here till probably Sunday evening, Monday morning.
Okay. All right. What do you do if you are too sick or too tired to drive?
You call your dispatcher or your driver leader, whoever's on duty at that time at your terminal or however your company works that. You let them know that you're too sick to drive or too fatigued to drive, which is you're too tired is fatigued. A sick driver and a fatigued driver is the same thing. If I were to be pulled by a DOT officer, I would be considered driving under the influence because it's the same level of disorientation as being drunk or on drugs.
All right. What do you do in inclement weather such as snow or hurricanes?
Snow and hurricanes. Hurricanes, most of the time you can avoid them. Go a different way, but with snow, it's a little bit harder too because you don't know.
We've already dealt with snow.
We've already dealt with that. They do have options for you, like snow tire chains. This is like I've told my driver, if I got to put chains on to move this truck, I'm not going nowhere.
What do you do if a shipping and receiver company gives you a load that is too heavy?
First of all, you can contact your company, talk with those guys, let them know what's going on. Most of the time, they'll tell you to take that load back to the shipper, and they can rework the load, which is basically tear it all back out, reset it up differently, or remove weight out of it, because I'm not towing over what I'm supposed to.
Nope. What do you do if you get to a bridge that you know is too short for your truck?
If you have time to stop, most of the time you can if you're going slow enough and you're paying attention.
You better be paying attention. You got precious cargo.
Stop your truck, pull over, call your dispatcher, let them know what's going on. Most of the time, your Qualcomm, which is something we'll go into on another day.
It's like your GPS and Siri mixed together, but really annoying and won't shut up.
Yeah. But the navigation on it is set up for trucks. So it knows routes that you're able to go safely. There's been a couple times where it's messed up a little bit, and you may have to call your dispatcher, let them know what's going on, then they'll contact the sheriff's department or whatever. They can lead you away from the situation.
Okay. So then this one says, what are some healthy options for snacks that have been your go-to between meals?
Slim Jims, caffeine, soda, ice cream's really good for you. Really spicy food's really great for you.
Daniel Bailey. What I have stocked our truck with, I always keep peanut butter. Are you trapped in the cord?
Yes.
I always keep peanut butter in the truck many different times. Daniel has requested a couple spoonfuls of that, and that helps to fuel him up, get some protein for him. We do keep Slim Jims, but those are more kind of a treat. Usually, for me, I honestly love a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's pretty simple, and honestly, it's one of my favorite things. I usually like to keep things like pistachios and things like that with me, but I'm out of those. But we're really not a huge snacking family. We never have been. We're not that family that you can go into the cupboards and grab a bag of chips and cakes and all that stuff, because we really don't ever keep it. We eat our meals and that's it. How do you stay active when you are in a sitting position for so long? So for me, I'm able to move around the truck a little more. If I'm getting stiff sitting up in the front seat, I can come to the sleeper, which is the bed in the back. I can potentially do stretches while I'm on the bed if I need to. I can lay out if I need to. I can stand between the two chairs if I need to, and I can stretch there as well. As for Daniel,
I'm kind of stuck.
He is stuck there, which is why he usually is the one to take Jax for his walks, because that gets Daniel moving around.
Yep.
One of the biggest concerns for truck drivers is blood clots, because they are in a position like that for so long. In fact, we are going to be getting Daniel some compression socks soon. That just because he has complained about cramps in his legs. So we are getting him some of those, but there are also stretches that he can do while driving that help as well. Has he let you drive yet? No, I am not allowed to drive this truck. If they were to catch me driving this truck and I do not have a Class A CDL license, he will lose his license and I will probably lose mine too.
And I'll lose my job.
Yeah.
So she's not going to be driving. Don't worry about that, folks. You're safe.
I don't want to. Do the sleeping arrangements suck? Honestly, I expected them to, but no. We were a little disappointed when we found out that we would be getting a twin size mattress instead of the full that we thought we would get. But honestly, he and I sleep curled up so much anyways, and it actually has eliminated the problem of Jax trying to sleep in between us. So now he sleeps either on the floor or at the foot of the bed, which is where he's at now, passed out. So that's honestly...
He's had a busy day at the office.
Pretty good. What are some common problems you run into that we probably don't think about?
Parking.
Yeah, we've had a hard time finding parking, especially when we're out of our hours.
Parking is a major issue for truck drivers. Because they throw truck stops in any place they can, and you might get to a place that says open spots. Okay. You get there, they have 5 spots total in the whole parking lot. That's all they have.
I think another issue that, at least that I've noticed, is that there are not, and I think I mentioned this in the past video, there's not a lot of accommodations for truckers, especially at night. My biggest complaint is that the parking lots are huge, which is really great when they are huge, but the truck stop is always at the beginning of it, and then it's just all parking lot. I honestly wish that the stop was in the middle somehow, so there'd be less walking to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. That's my thing. We have definitely learned warmer food is not an option. It's really bad on your stomach. We've had to make a couple emergency stops. So the healthy food is an option, or is a problem as well, which is why we like to stock, it's a little tiny fridge, but we like to stock our truck with food so that we're only having to eat at truck stops very rarely. All right, so next question. Do truck drivers still have cab radios, and what do they use them for? I think she means a CB.
Yes, CB radio, they still sell them all day long. Truck stops sell them all day long. They install them all day long. A lot of people still use them. A lot of people don't. All depends on the driver.
Yeah. Does the cab come with a mini fridge and stove? Mini fridge, yes. A stove, no. Yeah. But here's what I have done to help me cook. So what I brought with me is an electric kettle so I can boil water. I have brought a electric griddle. It's just like probably like 9x13, I want to say. So I can cook anything like meats, grilled cheese, eggs, bacon, pancakes, whatever on that. And then I brought my Instant Pot, which if any of y'all know what an Instant Pot is, you get quite a bit of things from that. So that's really cool. It does a lot of different things. And I feel like there's something else. Oh, and we brought a microwave. So between those things, we don't really need a stove. How much can be stored overhead? Do you want to?
A lot. That up there is a twin size bed, and we have a lot stored up there. We have cooking utensils, pots, all of our cooking supplies.
Jax's big thing of food.
Yep. We
all
have
of his stuff.
Yep. We have a lot of storage up there.
And we also have storage underneath the bed. So the size of this bed is about I want to say it's about 2.5 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the length of a twin XL bed. So we've got quite a bit of storage underneath and over top. And then there's 4 more smaller cabinets. And then he's got a closet. He's also got a little drawer to put underwear and socks and bras and stuff in. Because he wears bras.
I have to wear my bra in there.
Shut up. All right, so we're almost done here. So from the demonstration video when you were hooking up the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked if the landing gear crank is frozen, what would you have done?
I would have to call on road, and they would have to have someone from a trailer shop come out and repair the issue so I can get my landing gear up or down. I've only had that happen once, and it's not fun.
Is there a time limit or incentive to deliver your trailers?
Deliver early, because if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
You're late. Yep.
No, not really incentives money-wise, though. It's just
you get paid per mile. That's
paid
really
per mile.
it. So the faster you get that truck unloaded and onto your next truck driving on the road, the
Yep.
better. Is there any time to socialize, or does stopping the truck mainly entail sleep? Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
On your 10-hour breaks, which is just you're done for the night, you're going to sleep, getting back up in the morning, going back out. What our routine is usually when we get stopped for the night, we go ahead and take Jax out for a walk. I'll usually go use the restroom while Daniel does that. And then I'll get in the truck with Jax. Daniel can go use the restroom and get us drinks, and I'll cook something here in the truck. Once we're done cooking and eating, we clean up our dishes really quick and store everything back away, get dressed for bed. We might play on the Switch for a little while, and then we pretty much go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a few friends that I'll video chat with. I'm a little bit more flexible with how much sleep I get versus Daniel, because I always have the option of coming back here for a nap. On our 34-hour breaks, depending on where we are, we're always capable of visiting with people. So if you guys stay in touch with us, I have friends from different states. You guys are always welcome to come see us. Now, we cannot meet you anywhere. You'd have to meet us where we're at. But we are allowed to socialize if we need to. All right, and the last question, let me find it. Oh, are truck stops few and far between, like rest stops?
No, there's truck stops everywhere. There's a lot of truck
Parking is
another issue.
Yeah.
But finding a truck stop, it's not hard.
Nope.
If you're on a major highway, there's gonna be a truck stop
Yeah.
somewhere.